All right. So, last time you, as in the members of Tiki Flight, went through training, which went relatively well. As we begin our story, there are a number of things assailing your senses. There is the sound of turbines spinning up to full power very quickly. There are klaxons alerting everyone to incoming fire. They need to launch all aircraft and get out of the way. There are also a lot of flashing lights, some of which are the warning lights for the hangar bay doors, which are sliding open. But there are also what are clearly explosions in the distance that are drawing nearer. As you all are preparing to take off, the ground crew are frantically waving the available aircraft into line to launch as quickly as possible before they close the armored hangar doors again. Your base is under attack. Your mind is quickly catching up to this as you are belting yourselves in, possibly putting on what protective gear you were able to grab as you were hustled up the ladders to your cockpits. And everyone give me a pilot roll.
Okay.
I don't wanna.
Thanks, Dice. You're stars. That's a +2.
I have +4.
All right, with my +2 pilot skill, I got a +2.
Wow.
Rolled 4 blank dice.
I rolled a -1.
What about Mai Tai?
So my result was +2, but on the dice it was a -1. Just to be clear.
Yep. Mai Tai.
We can't hear John anymore.
Uh-oh.
His lips are moving, but we cannot hear him.
Oh no.
Why is this happening?
John has an issue.
Oh no! This is why you don't joke about Audacity issues.
You don't. You just don't.
Is there...
Is he getting progressively angry?
Hello?
Hey!
There we go.
Yeah, so for some reason, my laptop decided it didn't like the current device I was using, so it switched.
Oh,
It's
no.
really thoughtful that way.
So,
You're still very quiet, but at least we can hear you now.
well, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
my
that's...
volume probably changed because it switched to my webcam, which hears like the entire neighborhood versus my nice microphone that like has the pop filter and everything.
Okay.
You got much better audio clarity when you physically pulled it closer towards you, which was a good visual for the Twitch stream at least.
Yeah.
All right. That might have caused Audacity to crash, by the way. Just
I'll check.
Oh, like yeah.
No.
Check
Well,
just in
also,
case,
I
okay.
have Audacity set to that mic specifically, where I had the Zoom set to the default device. So,
okay. All right. In that case,
So you're still getting waveforms and everything?
Yep.
all right. Terrific.
Good,
So,
good.
It will never know. The podcast audience will never know anything went wrong.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
they're gonna know because.
Well, we'll edit that part out.
The magic of editing.
Yes.
Right.
All right. So, what did you get on your piloting roll?
I got average.
All right. So,
I should have been tracking this better.
All right. That means that, of course, I then immediately blank on call signs. That means Hydra is first in line, as is fitting, given that you learned the night before that you are going to be Tiki lead.
Yay.
Hey.
Then it's going to be Zombie and Catfish, and bringing up the rear in his pink shirt, Mai Tai.
Yay.
Well, when you hit the engine start on both of your reactors, only one of them fired up. So it was either shut down everything or risk your plane kind of spinning in place rather than going forward. But as everyone taxis into position, you see the rather concerning sight of an SF-46 Blackfish going through the sky, banking from side to side as laser blasts sizzle past the cockpit, and a pair of DG-112 DG-112 Goblins, the frontline Dominion fighter that you've come to casually loathe over the years, Hydra, go blasting by, continuing to keep that pilot in their sights. So we're going to go into combat. Now, as Megan brings up the maneuver chart, for the first round, you are all going to be in special at the very bottom, because you are actually still on the ground.
Oh no. Can you tell me
Okay.
where the bad guys are?
The bad
Lovely
guys
dual
are
targets.
going to be...
Uh-oh.
Actually, they are... The Gators are at 0. The pair of goblins is at... There's a pair of goblins at 4.
The Gators are the pair, I thought.
Oh, the Gators are at 0. The goblin is at 4. And the Corvette and the Gorgon are at 6.
Okay. Are we inside baseball? Are we using the initiative tracker that's in the Tachyon character sheet? Because if so, I've put as far as I could track for everyone into that. And also, we have plane aspects now. Hooray!
Yes, you do. So
Barry has junk in the trunk, literally. Extra cargo capacity in his ship.
all right. So first, we're not. Unfortunately for you guys, you can wait it out for a second, as they are going to strafe you.
Hey.
Everybody, give me a piloting roll, as each Gator and one Goblin are going to try to strafe you.
Ooh. One sec. One of my dice popped out comically.
I got a 6.
I'm going strong with a positive 1.
Ooh, I nudged the pop filter. Sorry, editing Megan.
I got a -1.
All right.
Well, John, we're staying true to form anyway.
Ooh.
Yes.
So it's because I was off headphones. I have no idea how everyone else did, which will make this all the more entertaining when I have a great result, +4.
All right. So, being the first one out, Hydra, you immediately get the attention of the lead pilot, who is probably an ace.
Oh no.
He's flying a goblin, and he dives straight in at you for an actual head-to-head pass. But you have reflexes that have been honed by the fact that you've done this sort of combat takeoff several times before, and you know that as soon as you clear the launch doors, you immediately brake to the side. And he was going to fire a leading shot, and his blast just caramel the armor on the carrier's port side, or this former carrier's port side. And he is forced to brake hard to avoid crashing into the ship. The next attacker is a pair of gators. These are somewhat less imposing ships. They're a little older, long in the tooth, but they're still kind of dangerous if you confront them in large numbers. And they just spray lower powered laser volleys around Catfish's fighter as he breaks to one side. So not really as much of a concern. Unfortunately, the follow-on pairs of fighters are going to be hitting just as Mai Tai and Zombie clear the hangars, and each of you is going to take 2 points of damage.
Which brings me to my first question. What is our shield rating?
Your shield rating is 3.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Off to a good start. I'll start working on my next character now.
Do we have handy dandy ship sheets at all?
The ship sheet is located in...
Oh, here we go. Page 123. I literally randomly flipped to it. Thank the lady. SF-46 Blackfish, multi-role Starfighter, page 123.
All right, so you can just take the 2 shield damage. Things will start to get more interesting after you take an additional point of damage.
Yes.
The Corvette and that Gorgon are going to spend their actions attacking the base.
Oh no! That's where all our stuff is.
Figure out where you take the damage.
What you do, when you have to start accepting damage, you roll and you fill in one of the boxes.
Nice.
Which can be very bad if you keep rolling in the same track, as you get to explode pretty quickly. All right. The Gorgon just put a fusion missile into the side of the ship. That's bad. And the Corvette just fired an anti-ship weapon at the carrier, which is bad. And we're now in the relocation phase.
So, do we go to the initiative we rolled?
No, that was to just decide how fast you could get out of the ship.
Okay.
I wanted to see if any of you would get stuck.
That's nice.
Yeah, well, if you had done any worse, then you'd still be in the ship when it just took those 2 hits.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a bad thing.
Now we're going to, normally you'd drop down 1 level at the end of the turn, but Give me a tactics roll to figure out where you're going to be on the chart.
Oh, is that what tactics is for?
So I'm sorry, it cut out. So we're going into the maneuver phase, I assume?
Yep.
Okay.
I got a 1. Do all the bad guys drop down 1 level?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
So that means they're at -1, -4, or -1, 4, or 3 and 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maneuver phase is tactics, correct?
Yep.
I got a +2.
I have a 4.
Okay. What about zombie?
I'm splitting the difference with a 3.
Look
Okay.
at us. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wait, Megan, what's your tactics?
It's a +3, but I rolled a -2.
Wow. Well, you did just avoid getting speared by laser fire.
Yeah.
That must have something to do with it. All right. So the Gorgon and the Corvette are going to attempt to reposition. They want to get out of here. Actually, they're trying to bug out. Unfortunately, they rolled terribly.
Yes.
So they are going to drop into the special.
Okay.
Then
Tonight on a very special Gorgon.
it's my Ty's turn.
All right. So I am going to chase the Corvette.
Okay.
So I believe I just do that, but I have to roll to see if I can stay on their tail.
So let's see. If you want to be on their tail, then you just drop to one
Right
above their
above
level.
special.
What's that?
Yep. I dropped to 0, which is right above special, I believe.
Yeah, and then you get a +2 to your attack.
I think I have to stay on their tail for a round before I get to actually make the attack. It's next round when I do the tactical to stay on their tail, I get a +2 to that.
Okay.
Shoots like built into it.
Okay. Oops. All right. So
On their tail, you get to attack as part of that action.
okay. Yeah. Hey, I was right.
Okay.
As part of this action, make an attack against your target with a +2 bonus to your attack roll.
I was
Okay.
right.
Each round you remain on the target's tail, increase the bonus by 1.
Ah, that's what it is. The bonus goes up. Okay. So I can do a shoot roll.
Gunnery.
Gunnery. Okay. Even better. I rolled a 1 because I rolled a horrible -3 +4 gunnery.
All right. Oh, they rolled a -3.
So question: can I spend a fate point to use my overcharged guns?
Yes, you can.
And that'll be my first fate point. So I will be on its. I'll be a start on the stern shooting my overcharged lasers. And so with that, makes it a +3.
All right. And what did you roll exactly?
I rolled 3 minuses, which is horrible, and +4 gunnery put it at average. So spending the fate point with the overcharged lasers is a +2, I assume.
All right. So 4 damage. You have weapon 1, so they take 5 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay. Their shields are almost down.
And who was that against again? The
The
Gorgon?
Corvette.
The Corvette.
Oh, the Corvette. Okay.
Okay. Then I believe the goblin and zombie are both at 3.
Yes.
All right. I'll declare my action first. The goblin is going to try to shoot at. Actually, the goblin is going to get on Hydra's tail.
So they drop to 0 since that's below me.
No, they go above you.
Above me.
So they go to 2. And they are going to roll an attack.
Okay.
And they rolled a 5.
I roll pilot to dodge.
Yep.
Oh, wow. I got a 7.
Wow.
I rolled a +3 on the dice.
Okay. This pilot's really good, but you're better. They swoop in again to try to lock you up, but you jig to the side, and they just send a stream of bolts going in the wrong direction.
Is it possible for me to give them the finger as I shoot past them?
Yes. Actually, they're going to shoot past you, but you can give them the finger.
That's what I'm going to do.
All right. What about zombie?
Well, as it happens, the goblin's actions did not change my plan at all. It actually makes my plan a little better, because seeing this guy go after Hydra, now, I'm usually the one following Hydra. That's kind of my spot, honor 6. So I take great offense to this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want him there. So I'm going to get up behind him and try to push him. I'll try driving him off.
Okay. So you're going to try to push him off your tail.
Yes, that is a pilot overcome roll.
Okay.
I think you could create an advantage as a first step.
Oh yeah, push is a step 2 thing.
Oh, so it is.
So what you could do is you could snapshot and then push if they're still alive.
Yeah. I'll create an advantage first. I know how badly I roll.
Fair.
So I'm going to do a barrel roll to get into position above him.
Yeah. The most effective tactic.
Yes, I agree.
All right, we're still calling this a pilot roll?
Yes, his pilot is 2, so that's what you've got to beat to create the advantage.
All right. I've got a +2, rolled a 1, that is 3.
All right, you have created the advantage. Who's on whose tail?
I like it.
Duck, goose. Goose? Goose!
This duck zombie.
All right, so you've got a free invoke of your aspect if you want to push.
Yes, I will do those things. So that's another +2 on my +2 pilot. Ooh, when I need it. See, with my +2 pilot, +2 from who's on whose tail, that is a 2.
All right, that's problematic. As you do not overcome.
Yeah, I didn't think that would. I'm glad I had that aspect. That would have been real bad. I rolled a -2 on that.
All right. Well, you can. You still could invoke an aspect and bump it up by 2.
Sure. Let's spend a fate point for because I'm a daring flyer.
Yeah, because
No,
we
more
all have
fitting
3
than that.
favorites right now. We may as well.
Yeah.
More fitting than that, I have a personal attachment to Hydra. As I had said, I'm Honor 6, because that's the actual name of the official name of my aspect for Hydra. Although I've renamed it on my character sheet to Hail Hydra.
All right. So, actually, for acting in accordance with your aspect, I'm going to give you a fate point.
Oh,
As you are sticking with your wingman, just as you are supposed to. Someone, who was in for more glory rather than sticking with their wingman would have tried to put themselves on the target's tail and shoot them down, but you are covering your lead's 6. So, good for you.
huzzah.
All right. So, I believe that means Catfish is on 2, right?
Yes. So I have a dilemma in front of me. I can either take a snapshot at the goblin that's right in line with me and potentially is ripe for the pickin', or I could get in on this Corvette action because those the goblin's sticking around. It's in the fight. That Corvette is trying to get away.
I'm going to stop you right there. If I successfully push the goblin, he actually moves down the maneuver chart.
Oh, sorry. That's my fault.
He gets pushed down up to my margin of success.
Oh, wait.
Which was 2.
So do you want to push him down to 0?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's since you can shoot at people like below your initiative track, if I'm reading this right.
Yep, that's right.
So, or in line or below. So it doesn't make things easier for Catfish. Let's put it that way.
Actually, it would make it easier in that you could get on his tail.
Yeah, but I think what I'm looking at big picture right now.
Okay.
There's 2 people fighting this goblin right now. But that Corvette is much bigger, right?
Yeah.
And it's trying to get away.
Yes.
And it's the kind of thing where multi-person ship versus one-person ship. So I am going to let's set stuff up for Hydra or Mai Tai. I am going to make a snapshot at the Corvette
Okay.
for my step 1 action. And then for my step 2 action, I'll create an advantage on it.
Okay.
Or I could try to make an advantage on the Gorgon of baited out also. Just to try to get the Gorgon to stay in the fight. Because that's one of the things that Barry does. He gets people to stick around in traps more than they should.
All right. So as far as resolving the snapshot, the Corvette rolled a straight 2.
Okay, so I will roll gunnery. And that is +1 on the dice. My gunnery is 2, so that's a 3.
And a 4. You got weapon 1.
Oh. So many different parts of the book.
Yeah, it's on your ship sheet.
You have to make some extensive notes later.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to slice that out of the yes, weapon 1 to gunnery attacks. So it is. So yeah, that's a 2 stress hit to the vet.
All right. You put a burst into the stern quarter of the Corvette, which your eyes identify as a modified DA-99T assault transport hull. So think Raptor from Battlestar Galactica. It's a multi-role sort of short-haul transport that usually is used by the Dominion to carry assault troops. These whoever these people are, they've converted it into an assault corvette with some heavy weapons and a turret, which didn't do them any favors, as their engines look like they're giving out, and you see the hull seems to be emitting a great deal of smoke and atmosphere, and they're probably going to go in a couple of minutes, maybe a couple of seconds. You think the pilot's probably engaging the crash landing procedures or thinking about bailing out.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you take the Maquis approach to ship design.
I'm starting to get those references now. Fucking Maquis.
Oh, and I just realized I should be at -3 because I should be directly above them so that those other sets of ships can all shoot at me.
I thought it was different since they're in special.
No, because he's on their tail, so he has to follow them wherever they go.
Like if they try to leave, I follow them to whatever the new zone is.
Yeah.
I can choose to follow them.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'd have to break off.
Right.
I misunderstood. Sorry.
All right. So now we're at 1.
That's me.
Ooh, do I have my second?
Oh yeah, you have to. You're going to create an advantage, and I think you're going to try to hit the Gorgon, right?
Yep, trying to bait the Gorgon to stick around.
Okay. They're going to defend with pilot.
Now, for that kind of, what's the role? Is it tactics or?
You gotta choose.
Yeah.
It's based on how you're describing the action.
It sounds like you're using tactics. You're trying to outmaneuver them.
So would that be pilot?
Well, no, I think it's tactics. You're trying to.
Oh, gotcha.
Field
And not rapport to get into their heads and get them to feel bad for their buddies that are being shot down.
No.
Could I notice where they're going?
No.
Well, the dice are middling on the result because I got happy when I saw the 2 pluses, and then I got sad when I saw the 2 minuses. So that's a +1 to my tactics.
All right. They are able to outwit your attempt to herd them into the line of fire. They break off.
Hey guys, come on, stick around. I'm an easy target. No.
Yeah, they're not falling for it.
Fair.
All right.
Ooh. Retcon. I am going to use my bait and switch aspect.
All right.
To add +2 to that roll. To make it a +3.
Yeah. So spend a fate point for that.
Yep.
Okay. Snookered. You use your targeting radar and your ECM package to give them the impression that there's another flight coming up from the other side, and they break back up toward where Tiki Flight is, mixing it up with that goblin.
Yes. All the kills for our flight.
Well, yeah, specifically because there isn't actually a flight there. They would not get any kills because they don't exist.
Yeah, but you see, this is all to make sure that Toad Schaefer doesn't have any chance of having any scent of glory in this whatsoever. Because fuck that toad.
I hate you, Toad.
Yes.
His glory is in another castle.
Oh, speaking of, everybody give me a notice check.
Ooh, I'm good at that.
I'm not great at this.
Oh, I'm very good
plus
at
one.
that. Holy moly. Fantastic. +6.
I got a +2.
You see Toad Schaefer's rescue beacon about 50 clicks to your west.
Oh no.
So he got shot down already.
Well, remember, there was a cap above the base, Combat Air Patrol, and it looks like, they were overwhelmed at some point, and Toad is among the casualties.
Oh.
Is
Oh,
there...
overwhelmed as in they have reinforcements that may pop up.
No, as in, there were more of these guys to start with. The cap took care of some of them, and gave you guys enough time to take off. So they did their jobs, but they paid for it.
Gotcha.
So is there
I-
any like protocol for that? Or are we supposed to break off, or is there other people who will try to collect survivors?
Right now, you're going to file that under not your problem.
All right, that's what I was making sure.
Yeah, Barry, since he's a known wheeler and dealer and wheedler and deedler, is going to file that away for buying Toad a drink in commiseration.
So is Megan next?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to be on the goblin's tail. She knows that as team leader, maybe she should do something like encourage everyone to shoot them a lot, but she really hates this goblin. So she's not going to maybe do what she should do.
All right. Give me your attack roll.
+3.
All right. You do 4 points of damage to the goblin. You knock out his shields with a concentrated spray of blasts that just overwhelm, or just completely just saturate the shields. You see them flare up brightly for a second and then go dead, and then a final blast from your lasers slags one of his radiator vanes on the side of his ship, and he caroms up, and he just snap rolls to one side trying to get away from you. But you are now on his tail.
Nice.
Actually, wait, what did you roll?
+3.
And that was with the +2 bonus?
Oh, no, I didn't add that.
Okay, he snap rolls off to one side, but he has not accounted for the fact that he is much lower than he may have thought, and he clips a small projection of karst that's coming out of the ground, just like a rock outcropping, and he goes tumbling end over end until he crashes into a valley below. That's your first kill.
I am going to keep track of that on my character sheet.
That's your first kill as a member of the DVG.
Haha, suck it.
Did the goblin happen to start opening a comms channel to Hydra with "I'll get you later, Spider," just as he exploded?
No, we're not playing Star Fox.
Okay.
Just checking.
So no Green Goblin references. Acknowledged.
No. Okay.
Act that.
You're loitering at 1. There are 3 pairs of gators, which means where are Mai Tai and Zombie right now?
Zombie is at +3, and Mai Tai is hovering at -3, right above the Corvette and the Gorgon. Oh, unless the Gorgon did. Oh yeah, the Gorgon got baited in, so the Gorgon is still. I guess the Gorgon's still in special zone.
Yeah, the Gorgon otherwise would have moved to a different zone as he flies away, but right now
What about the Gators?
The Gators are at 0.
They're at -1.
Or -1, sorry. Oh yeah, because they dropped. This is round 2, isn't it?
Mhm.
Unfortunately, that means Mai Tai.
Yep.
They are going to all try to get on your tail.
I figured.
So there's how many gators?
3 pairs.
Oh, I thought there
Oh.
was only 1. 1 second. I'll get them all.
Yeah, that
Like all
that
of
changes
them.
the water on the beans a bit because that makes those a bit more of a priority.
I thought you were going after the dangerous guys first.
I mean, danger is relative. All those. If I have all the ships on my tail. that
All
feels
right.
dangerous.
So, 3 gunnery rolls. One was a 0. One was a 1. Unfortunately, 1 is a 6.
All right. Do I roll anything in defense to that, or is that?
Is it pilot that he rolls in defense?
Yes.
So the first one was I rolled -3. -1 for the second,
Oh no.
and like +4 for the third.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's good for the one that was the 6. I mean,
All right. So
those match up pretty well.
Right.
the
Except for my
-3, you take 3 points of damage. So,
So goodbye shields.
so all of a sudden, your shields are gone, just completely gone.
Right.
Then you're going to have to roll one of your fate die and figure out which system is going to go down, because you're going to take 2 points of damage from the second attack. As with the shields gone, the next strafing run is going to blast you in the stern.
Oh,
So-
how convenient! I rolled another minus.
So,
So it went to the critical system.
So, question for clarification, because it's been a bit since I've read through the book and I have forgotten things. For the damage chart for all the systems, it's 222 for all of these. Does that mean that as you reach the 2 total stress on that line, it gets crossed out essentially?
yeah, so basically you can trade 2 points of stress for each system you check off.
Oh, gotcha. So we have many consequences, but most of them end in death.
Yes. So usually, the first one's cosmetic. This next one will minimize a die. Then you
Except for-
explode.
Critical systems, you only get 2 things.
Except for critical systems. All right, so check that off.
I've got some advice for you, John.
Don't
Stop
die.
rolling negatives.
I mean,
Yep. Or start lying. Or unless you really want to do a different character, I mean that's fair too.
All right.
so
So
I guess I will. That'll be life support damage.
all right.
Who needs that?
Well,
You've been martially trained from birth. You're used to low oxygen scenarios.
you got that oxygen bottle on your back. It's fine. Oh wait, you didn't get to put that on.
Oh no.
All right. So
It's not in your pink Batman shirt.
Roll another fate die.
Oh wait, no, that was catfish,
You
right?
got 2 more points to soak.
all right. That's a +2. I mean, a +1 that roll. I mean,
That's good. That's good.
That is minimize 1 die on technology actions,
yeah,
That's-
yeah,
that's
which
the
definitely.
means that it's going to be harder to repair this on the fly.
Just get R2D2 to work.
Right.
R2D2
No, I don't-
R2D2 sucked at that. It was
And
He
BB-8.
was BB-8, but was really good at in-flight repair.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah, R2 was more the astromech side of like the navigation end of things, or the jetpack tasering people end of things.
All right, so your control board has all kinds of red on it right now. It's flashing. You hear some beeping.
Oh, there's more. There's more. Because I rolled plus again.
Oh no, that was it.
Yeah, you only took 2
2
damage hits.
Okay.
Because
the first one blew out your shields. The second one zapped your life support, and then the third one, what did it take out? Oh, it minimized. It took out technology.
Computer system damage.
Took out it damaged your computers. So, yeah, you're still flying.
Yep. Yeah.
The
There might be a
console
bit of a
sparking
draft.
like it's on the Enterprise.
Like, I pat the dash. It's like, because I'm proud of the ship for surviving. And I remain focused on the Corvette, despite.
Stay on target.
The Corvette is probably going to crash. All right, end of turn. So everybody drops down 1.
What about where does my tie go?
He is.
I have to re-roll my I go back to the maneuver phase if the Corvette is no longer.
Yeah, he's out of action, so you can re-roll.
Okay.
So, anybody?
So I'm at +1
Okay. Well, you're above the Gators.
because I rolled -2.
You're still above the Gators.
That goblin's gone, isn't it?
The Goblin is dead.
Oh. Screw you, Goblin.
You marked him off on your character sheet, but you did not mark him off on the issue chart.
I marked him off where it counted.
All right. So, is anybody else repositioning?
No, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm looking good right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm right in the middle of things. I don't really need to reposition.
Okay. So, let's go back
I'm okay
up.
with Zombie taking the lead for the first attack.
All right, Zombie, what do you want to do?
Oh goodness.
All
Well,
those
with
targets.
our primary threat gone, we have a target-rich environment here. I look around through the canopy and I see poor Mai Tai just getting roasted over there. So I think I gotta peel off and try to come to the rescue. Are these gators a swarm or are they just a bunch of ships?
They're just 3 flights, each of 2 ships.
All right. So my bonus to swarm thinning does not apply here.
No, sadly.
That's all right. I think I'm going to grab one of these groups of gators and try to get on his tail. It's probably a poor choice, but that's what's happening.
All right.
All right, that is gunnery.
Yep.
That is a +5.
Nice.
All right. You do 4 points of damage.
And I'll tell you that is, I blanked out the dice. That is all just off of my gunnery and the ship's bonus.
All right. You completely eradicate one of the wingmen.
She is cackling maniacally as she does, so you can hear her on the headsets.
So he gets rid of one of the pairs.
What's that?
He gets rid of one of the pairs.
Yeah. The other guy's going to try to bug out. Okay. Catfish?
Well, I've already got a hit in on the Corvette, so I can claim at least partial credit on that. But this Gorgon, I've baited the trap. Now I need to spring the trap. So I'm going to go all in and be on the tail of the Gorgon, just to make
Okay.
sure that if it does try to get away, I'm going to be right there with it.
Okay.
So I'll drop down to -3, I guess, to be right above the Gorgon. If I'm remembering this right.
Mhm.
Yep, slide chip down the maneuver chart, and I get a +2 on the attack roll. Sweet. Okay, dice. Oh, does it have an aspect on it right now for my trap baiting last time?
Yes. Snookered.
Snookered. Okay.
So you're sitting at a +4 because if you're on its tail and you have a free invoke.
Yeah, and I got +2 on the dice, so that's an 8. Colloquially, a mythic.
And they actually completely screwed the pooch on this one and rolled a -1. So you are the second pilot in Tiki Flight to get a. Actually, no, you are the third pilot in Tiki Flight to get a confirmed kill.
Nice.
I just realized I did not take into account my +2 from on their tail, so that was I would have got a 7, not a 5.
All right, I'll give you credit for 2 kills.
Huzzah!
Nice.
Not that it made a big mechanical
I'll-
difference, but
I'll drop that into extras.
All right. So the Gorgon has been shot down. The Tiki lead, which is Hydra, you're getting a radio transmission.
This is Hydra? Is that how I would answer?
Mm,
Tell me what I do.
Yellow.
I don't know.
you should say this is your name, the Draconis Volunteer Group.
All right. This is Micah Drexler of the Draconis Volunteer Group.
This is Conyers. Yeah, Conyers. That's my name. We're not getting paid enough for this. We surrender.
Right, Conyers.
We got buddies on that Corvette. Their countergrav is about to go down. Help them out, and we'll stand down.
So it's not the Corvette that's climbing me, it's someone else?
It's the Gators.
Okay. I can tell if they're turning their weapons off, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Would this be over the entire TACnet or just specifically to Hydra?
They're on guard, but they're directing their transmissions at her. So you probably get some. You'd probably pick up the transmission as well. It's directional, but it's not tight beam.
Okay, so would I be able to roll a rapport to figure out if they're legit for this?
It would be more empathy.
I still moderately have an empathy, so let's check this out, because I'm not sure if anyone else has empathy. If anyone else has an empathy higher than 1, please
I
roll
do.
also.
I got a 2.
Never mind, because that's a +5.
Oh,
I rolled all pluses.
Oh, okay. Burn it on that, why don't you?
Yeah, well, it's the kind of thing that fits for the talky bastard, at least.
Okay. Hydra, you get that it's legit. He is really not getting paid enough for this. Catfish, you know that there's probably somebody on that Corvette that is kin, and he just wants this to be over. Whoever was in charge was probably in one of the fancier ships
That's now gone.
that is now gone. And any intimidation tends to go away when the person doing the intimidating is so many constituent atoms.
What's the Draconis procedure for this?
As far as you know, if they want to give up, that's all well and good. They're going to face trial for piracy and probably be hanged or spaced or something.
Okay, but we're not supposed to. We are supposed to take prisoners.
Yeah, shooting people down after they've surrendered, probably not so great for the PR.
The look we want to go for.
Yeah, it's not a look you want to go for. You're probably okay, because nobody would know about it, but
you don't get to be Captain Draconis if you shoot down people when they surrender.
yeah.
I don't need to be Captain Draconis. I worked for a guild, trading guild. Typically, the people attacked us were pirates, and we don't leave pirates alive. So that's why I'm asking, because since I scored so high on the test, I would have known what the proper procedure is, and I was just making sure we were following them.
Yeah.
Would Catfish be able to cut in on the comms and say, "Give us your word. Give us your word that you're going to defect and support us"?
You could do that, but so the DVG isn't a military organization, but that would probably be seen as undermining the authority of your flight leader.
Okay, I'm trying to use my absurdly good rapport. So I message Hydra and say, "Hey, if we try to get them to convert and support us, we can make up for some of the losses we've had and get new recruits that actually know how to fly already. And it will look good for us in general because it'll make us look merciful, converting the enemy to our side. We're Tachyon Squadron. We're the Shining Paragons. Everyone flocks to us from both sides."
Micah, you are a many-year veteran of the Stellar Republic Navy. That makes you want to throw up.
Barry is a space bastard and possibly Yakuza. Who knows?
We'll let
What
the
backstory?
We'll let the people in charge figure that out, Catfish. And then I'll switch back to talking to Conyers ? Power down all your weapons and fly on a, I don't know, whatever, surrender course.
You give him a vector.
Fly on this vector towards the ship.
Understood. We're going.
Keep an eye on them, Tiki Flight.
Perhaps we should send a communique so that they.
I can hear you, John.
Maybe we should send a communique so they'll be expecting them.
I'll I'll call home and tell them that we're sending them.
Understood.
Incoming POWs.
Search and rescue operations are underway.
And I say that with a little because I'm not happy that I wasn't made the flight leader. So
Yeah.
just keep in mind as much venom as you can, as much venom as someone who's trying to cover up the venom, but you know it's there, and it's
I'm
a
just
suggestion.
pretending not to notice.
Yeah.
All right.
Barry will send a comm over to the search and rescue people, telling them Toad's location, just to kind of not to rub salt in the wound that he got shot down, but more rub salt in the wound that Barry noticed and might worry about him.
There's a record now that we know.
Yep.
If you wanted to really rub salt in the wound, you could pick him up.
Yes, I have extra Barry's ship canonically has extra cargo space. I can pick Toad up.
Every Blackfish has a rescue chamber, so you can pick somebody up and carry them home.
Oh, but I have extra cargo space, so I pick Toad up second.
Wait, you want Toad to know about that extra cargo space? Isn't that the smuggling space?
That's a good point.
That is a good point.
I was thinking I should pick him up just because there's less space. And also, he's my nemesis, said with squinty eyes.
Fair. I concede to the extra bastardry. Like, no. Like, Catfish will start going over and go like, no, this is zombies.
Yeah, I've got this one. Because she's not generally mean-spirited.
But
she can be
Barry's a
bit
bad
spiteful.
influence.
Why is there always one, and I'm stuck dealing with them?
This is the first time in ages I've played an actual legitimate space bastard. Let me have this.
No, I'm okay. It's just there's always one. I'm playing the Space Master next time. I called it.
Fair.
You've all picked up pilots who were down. Some of them are pirates. Some of them are DVG. A support tender goes out and picks up anybody else that you missed, and you head back toward your training base.
Hey, sir, can I jump in here? I would like to fly as erratically as possible to shake him up in the hull, like he was trying to do to us on the way in.
All right. So now and again, you hear, like, conducted through the hull, a very persistent and upset banging.
Oh, it's all right. We're almost there. Just hold on. It's a little choppy here.
There's all those air currents.
Are you just, like, bouncing the stick up and down?
There's so much turbulence. Jeez, and I thought that I was the one that had provoke.
So I will probably go help pick up one of our guys because I don't help the enemy. I just don't.
All right. Do you, like, fly towards one of them as though you're going to pick them up and then, like, turn away at the last second?
No, it's like I turn around, I fly away as if they don't exist.
Oh, okay.
There's our side and their enemies. If they're neither, they simply. I got sent out here against my will to support this.
All right. So you all make it back to your base. The flight mostly intact. Mai Tai's got some body work that needs seeing to. Actually, you take stress, Mai Tai. I think 2 points for the damage that your ship took.
Oh, I thought I took it when that one check barked off, but okay.
Yeah.
I guess it's the kind of thing where there's ship stress and then human stress.
Yeah, you take ships. You personally take stress when your ship gets checked off or checks off damage, because once your shields are gone, you're actually feeling it when your ship gets hit.
Okay, because I had assumed based on the way this ship read that it was that's minus that when you took stress. But doesn't the stress go away after combat?
Yeah, it'll go away at the end of the scene, so you're fine.
Okay.
So if it's exactly 2, the ship takes all of it and you're fine. But if it's 3, the ship takes 2 and you take 1, that kind of thing?
No, I was doing one of the check boxes when you roll a minus is you take as much damage as...
Oh, no, that's when you do really badly, or when the damage is acute, actually. But anytime I think your ship takes damage, so if you ever mark off a box on your ship, then you personally take stress because you are having to deal with the fact that your ship is being is coming apart around you.
Okay, so how much stress do you
Picturing
take?
the exploding consoles from Star Trek.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's 1 stress every time you check off a box.
Okay,
Also,
okay.
though, your stress does not clear at the end of the scene.
okay.
Because we have to decompress afterwards to clear
Yes.
that.
It says each round your ship sustains an instance of damage. Your character suffers 1 shift of damage to themselves.
Oh, 1 shift of damage. Okay, yeah, that's it.
Okay, that's
And-
still 2 stress.
I don't think it's per hit. I think it's per round.
Okay, per round. Okay, so you only got 1.
Okay, so that mitigates it a bit in that it won't completely and utterly destroy people instantly. But if they get focused fired for a few rounds, they're pretty messed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, it will affect... No, you took all of your damage in 1 round.
Yep.
Okay.
It was so much of it.
All right. So you just take 1 point of... You do take 1 point of damage because you were shot up. Did anyone else take damage?
My shield dated.
Okay, so you took 1 point of damage also. When you get back to the base, you notice a couple of things. You notice a lot of smoke. You notice
makes sense.
a lot of ships parked on the nearest available flat piece of land. And you notice a lot of bodies lying on the ground in neat rows.
Oh.
And these were all the trainees.
It looks like a lot of the training staff, a lot of the ground support personnel. This facility is out of action.
I don't think I'd want to be one of those surrendered pirates.
It's probably not going to go great for them. They're probably going to fall down a lot of stairs, which is really funny because there aren't any stairs. There's like 1 flight of stairs. They just keep falling down over and over again.
Some of the ground crew is going to carve steps into one of the ice mountains, just so they can throw them downstairs properly.
Yeah.
It's like when you fall off a horse, you have to get back up again.
Yeah.
Try again.
Once you get thrown off that ice mountain,
again.
you just gotta get back up and get thrown down off of it again.
All right. So as you come into land, you notice that there are a couple of vehicles that have been pulled out of the wreckage. And among them is a fuel tender, which they've connected to the ship's bunkerage. And they're using it to pump fuel into the fighters as they are cleared to resume flight operations. Anyone who has... What's that?
Sorry, I was just voicing out loud that, oh, they're expecting that they may need us again very quickly.
Yes. This is not the safest refueling operation you've ever seen.
It is a refueling operation.
It is a refueling operation.
I've got Tech 1. This looks fine.
As you come into land, you are greeted by some of the technicians who bring ladders up to your cockpits and help you out of your planes. They point you toward a tent that has been set up at the end of this improvised flight line. That's where you will find Magnet, the Tachyon Squadron XO. She looks very pissed off.
Ma'am?
Fighters in there, she says, gesturing at the wreckage of the former Dominion carrier. We have 6 airframes that are fit to fly. Yours are 2/3 of our defensive capability. We're afraid they're going to try to go after the mining colony on Sami. We're not exactly sure whether this is a hit and fade or whether the Dominion's gotten enough of these people together to do something more serious, more permanent. For the time being, we're all that's available. There's a torpedo battery on the station up above us. So if they were stupid enough to bring in a heavy transport or a capital ship, they'd have something to deal with. But I'm guessing we're probably going to be dealing with some sort of fighter, another fighter sweep or Corvette flotilla.
Can we use the Gators and Corvette we captured?
The Corvette's not going anywhere anytime soon. It's probably worth more as an intelligence asset. The Gators are going to be brought in, and we'll see what kind of maintenance we can do on them. Knowing the kind of shit these pirates usually fly, I wouldn't want to be in one, but we've got a lot of pilots that need planes, and well, someone's dumb enough to take the job, I guess. Pointedly looks at Catfish.
Catfish just, can I make a rapport roll?
Yes.
So it's not, I used up my 4 pluses. I'm not sure if the camera can see that, but that's 3 pluses and a blank on the dice. So that's a 7.
All right. So what are you going to tell her?
Catfish blithely grins and says, we've got to make use of all the resources we can.
All right. Well, you want to take command of that flight?
I mean, sure.
It made giving up your Blackfish. You don't want to do that.
I mean, I'd have to. Would I be able to pilot the Blackfish and have them follow behind?
No. The flight characteristics are very different.
Oh, then I'd be more than willing to help train them to our standards to make sure that they're doing right by the Dracona system. But I mean, my bird's already been assigned to me. It's beyond my control if I get reassigned.
Ma'am, I'm sure we need someone with experience like Toad in charge of a flight like that.
Ah, yes. Toad. You know, that's a good idea. I'm sure with his excellent skills at flying anything with an engine, he'll do great with a gator.
Exactly.
All right, you all made an enemy for life.
I hope that's you being Toad.
So let's see. Everyone, give me a decompress.
Well,
Okay. What do we roll for that again?
You rolled discipline. The target number is how much stress you have.
Oh, so even if we don't have stress, we could botch this potentially.
No, you don't. You only have to roll if you need to decompress.
Oh, okay. I'm going to roll anyway because I don't have discipline, so I want to see how this may go.
Do we
Okay,
describe
sir,
this or just roll?
Ooh, that's a -2.
I got stress from taking a hit to my shields. Am I
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
All right.
All of the minuses come out when I don't need them.
And that is a pass.
All right, you're clear your stress.
I pass.
All right. You're looking around. Could have been worse.
So is that decompression related to that's related to the positive or that?
No. So you can decompress just by using discipline. You're just dealing with it.
Okay.
If that doesn't work, then you can pay me a plot point and do the positive one, or I can give you a plot point and you do the negative one.
Ah, okay.
So for a quick question / example, I didn't have stress, but I rolled for decompression anyway because that was like camping in Algonquin Park. Intense. So since I got a -2 for my decompression roll, my negative decompression may come into play of friends in the lowest places, where catfish may start drinking and gambling with the prisoners of war just to make them feel better for being prisoners of war a bit.
Possibly. We'll see how that goes.
It wouldn't really go well for catfish in the long run associating with the enemy, but he didn't actually have any stress to clear, so he probably is not really caring too much.
Yeah, I don't think you need to roll decompression for that.
No, you wouldn't.
You just
Yeah, if you want to just screw up your life, then
You can make bad choices on your own. That's okay.
yeah, we don't need to blame the mechanics for your poor decision making.
I mean, my high concept is smarmy space bastard with the devil's own luck.
All right.
I gotta play that up somehow.
Yeah, you can just play it up though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess I have played it up pretty well this session already.
So, Hydra, Tiki Flight is given new orders. You will fly to the mining colony, and you will maintain an alert 5 with 2 of your birds until relieved.
So it sounds like shift work for us for the next foreseeable future.
Yes. So,
Wait, but it's 4 of us.
Yeah, so 2 on, 2 off.
Okay.
so the way it probably will break down is 4 hours on, 4 hours off.
Okay.
Until reinforcements arrive, which will hopefully be in a day or so.
We're not that lucky.
Yeah. A month later.
That sounds accurate.
This is how people in lighthouses ended up with fewer people in lighthouses.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a discipline roll. Difficulty is fair.
Okay.
I got a +3.
Let's hope I burned that bad discipline in advance. No. That plus was false hope because there was 3 other minuses. So that's a -2 discipline.
I got a 0.
I
Okay.
got a +2. I got fair.
All right. Hydra and Catfish. It is your misfortune to be the two that were on about 17 hours later when you suddenly get a comm alert on your control consoles. Who here has technology, by the way?
I have it at 2.
All right. Might I give me a technology roll to try to fix something that's wrong with your plane?
I got a average, a +1.
And I'll be right back. I just have to hit the bathroom quickly.
Okay. Pick one of those things.
One of the things that were damaged.
Yeah, or you can add shields.
I do not want to. I will pick something that's damaged because my life support got damaged, and I'm going to repair that.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, that would be that's a good one. You don't want to not have life support.
Okay, so you've got one sick bird still, Hydra.
All right.
The console is beeping rather loudly at you with a comm signal from Asami Station.
Mrs. Drexler.
We've got a pair of, I think they're bombers coming in. We don't have any fighter defenses. We need your assistance.
We're on our way. Is there a button I can press?
Yeah,
Like a cool button?
to play a really loud alarm that'll wake up the other two?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't want to talk to them. I just want to press the button.
Okay. So, Mai Tai, after you did your repair work, and Zombie, after you took care of any essential functions, be they mechanical or biological, you all both settled into your cockpits to catch some sleep. When all of a sudden, your noise-canceling headphones are filled with a loud klaxon sound.
So I have a question.
Whoa.
Before the loud klaxon, I just want to make sure. Was the numbers of things repaired based on my role? Like, if it were higher, would it have repaired more things? Because I can do that repair as like step 2 action. So if it was more downtime, would I have had more time?
Actually, yeah, you do have more downtime, so
I'd at least try. I figure
give me another
the
one.
way I'm rolling, it may not make a difference, but
Ooh, I have a question.
Yeah.
Would the discipline roll be something where my danger sense would come into play?
Nope. It's
Okay.
Raw, unadulterated. Can I stay alert? Having my senses, having my consciousness beat all to hell.
Okay, because just reminding you, I have +2 passive to detect ambushes, people concealing violent intent in or out of a starfighter.
Yep, my time.
Because of the danger sense.
I got a +3.
All right. So
I guess I'll repair the shields this time.
shields are useful.
What type of ship is the bomber?
A Gorgon.
So there's 3 Gorgons.
2 Gorgons.
Hey, sir, should I roll to get my 2 shields back, or?
Yeah, take your roll technology.
That's a nothing.
All right.
A lot of nothing.
Well, there's still stun shields there.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, you two are the wingmen, so hopefully they go after the elites. Okay, everybody give me technology rolls.
Cool technology.
I got a +4.
Oh, sure. Now I roll positive. That's a 2.
Now it's good because we see them first.
I got a +1.
I completely blanked out, so I got a 0.
All right. You see them, but they also see you. Everybody give me piloting rolls. Or actually, excuse me, tactics rolls.
Tactics?
Oh, tactics, not piloting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 2 worse for me. But I also rolled +2, so 3 regardless.
I got a 3.
I got a 3.
Ooh, not so good. Just a 1. Still waking up.
But I played the alert so loudly.
Oh, I know. Too loud.
What?
Randomly hitting buttons to try to turn off the alarm.
Yeah, I mean, thank goodness there was no no torpedoes on board. I was smacking the torpedo button.
And you could have had torpedoes.
And it stopped the alarm.
Alarm goes off, hit the eject. Straight through the canopy.
I mean, it's probably a good thing there weren't any torpedoes because you definitely have 2 bays for them. Could have done some serious damage to like those gators. I mean,
Yeah.
Sorry, one moment.
I imagine torpedoes would also do a significant amount of damage to the hangar bay.
like they can't be blown up again, can they?
It's extra blown up.
Okay. Could you repeat your tactics rolls, please?
I had a 4.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I had a 3.
Catfish had a tactics roll of 3.
Okay, so you're all at 3. And what about Zombie?
Zombie with a modest 1.
All right. So everyone except Zombie gets to go first. Then the 2 Gorgons. Then Zombie.
It's all part of my plan, you see.
So can you tell me what they got?
They got 2. Oh,
Okay, if everyone's okay with it, Catfish will go first because he will fulfill his role as the bait car. So, step 1, snapshot, and then step 2, create an advantage. So, snapshot to catch their attention, and then create an advantage so everyone else will be able to capitalize on them focusing on Catfish.
okay. Oh, there is also a swarm of goblins.
Ooh.
What are they at?
They just exist in the periphery.
In special?
So are they in special or?
No, they're just kind of there. The swarm is actually a group of free aspect. It's an aspect with a bunch of free folks.
Ah, gotcha.
That's how I simulate other fighters getting in your way.
Okay. Luckily, Zombie is good at killing swarms.
What was Zombie's initiative?
1.
+1?
That's right.
All right. And then everyone else was at 3.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna put the goblins in special though.
Okay.
Okay. So if everyone's okay with Catfish blitzing out first, he got a +3 on the gunnery roll against Gorgon number 1.
They got a +3.
Okay, so since I have weapons 1, they take 1 stress.
Well, they take 2 stress.
I thought that we had weapons 1, not weapons 2.
Well, you had a difference of 1, and then you add the 1 for weapon 1.
Yeah, you have to succeed for the weapons 1 to
Yeah.
apply.
Yeah.
So a tie goes to the
Defender.
no. What, does it go to anyone? Is this you don't accomplish?
Yeah, you just don't accomplish it.
You get a minor
Oh.
effect, like a.
Okay, I'm so used to like original edition Dresden Files, where if there's a tie but there's any weaponry damage increase, it's still damage, like pushes through the tie.
Yeah, we need to. We'll have to check on that, but I know like the weapons in the toolkit, or
Yeah,
when
it
you
only.
succeed, you get an extra shift of.
Yeah, it's an extra shift of damage on a success.
Right, so you get, but you get some minor effect when you tie, though. I think it may be just like a aspect
Boost.
Yeah, or a boost.
All right, so you rolled a 3, but you had a +1. You were counting the weapon as a +1. Is that what was going on?
Nope. My gunnery is a +2. I had +1 on the dice, so the extra weapons didn't factor in at all because I thought that the weapon 1. I thought that the weapon 1 was for damage rather than attack and damage.
Yeah, it is. So you had +2, and you said you rolled a 1. So that's a 3.
Yes.
And then I rolled a 3. So
Yes.
Okay. So no results. You get you get a shaken, or you get a boost for having shaken them up. And then we'll get once. And then you were going to roll a create advantage. Do you want to immediately use that boost?
I think I will, yeah, just to make it that much easier. So I'll roll a pilot to kind of try to make it look like I'm a lame duck, and then jet into the exact spot of where my flight mate's crosshairs would be.
Okay.
So +1 on the dice. My pilot is a base 3. +2 on top of that is a 6.
You succeed with style. 2 free invokes.
Have at it, guys.
You've created the advantage. Where did he go? All right, who wants to go next?
All right, I'm gonna go next.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to create an advantage of like suppressive fire. Since my lasers overload, I figure this is how it's on an overload.
Okay.
They fire faster than they probably should.
Okay.
But since they've been slightly overloaded, and so I'm going to try to create an advantage using gunnery, I guess. Would it be
Okay.
gunnery or tactics?
It'd be gunnery.
So, all right.
On the same ship or the other one?
On the other one.
Okay.
So I got a 3 +3.
these guys are not the best strike fighter pilots. You get the feeling they might have bought these ships secondhand.
Fine with that.
They rolled a 2, so you have created an advantage. Nowhere to run.
All right. And so, is it possible to create advantage for the step 1 and step 2?
Megan, can you check that?
I think so. It's a step 1 or 2.
Okay.
So unless you're not going to let us do the same thing twice.
No, the ones where you can't, it specifically says step 1 or 2, but not both.
Yeah, because I mean, step 2, I was going to have more DACA.
More DACA. Yeah,
the
attack the one about destroying the swarm. You can do it in 1 or 2, but you can't do it in both.
Okay. Well, I was going to shoot a suppressive fire at both the Gorgons if possible.
Okay, go ahead.
So, all right. So I have a 5, so I succeed with style.
Well, let's see how they defend first.
Oh well, hopefully they.
Wow, they rolled a 0, so you do succeed with style. Gorgon 1 is particularly terrible. He has two negative aspects, or you've created 2 advantages, each one with 2 free invokes.
Wow.
All right, and that'll be me.
Like Barney Fife is flying that one.
Why'd you guys got me to be the pilot?
All right.
Have at it. You have
Hydrate.
Minion is Spaceballs.
All right. I will get on Gorgon 1's tail
Okay.
and shoot them. And I will do at least one of the free invokes.
You're not going to take both?
You can decide after you roll.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
Yep.
Because if you took 1 free invoke from each advantage and you are on their tail, you start with a +6. You can take them out in 1 shot. So long as you roll a 2.
Let's see, that I got a total of +6 with the 1 free invoke.
If you took the other free invoke, they would explode.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay.
Nice.
And that's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. Between the razzle-dazzle of the one fighter just performing a series of bizarre aerobatic maneuvers, and the other one just scything fire from side to side and just terrifying the Gorgon pilots. One of them just has nowhere to go, and when Hydra just lets off a single shot, it shears through the cockpit of the lead Gorgon, which continues on in a straight course toward the sun, toward actually Draconis B, a red dwarf. Gorgon 2 is going to try to get onto Zombie's tail because they sense a wounded bird and they want to still try to get off at least 1 warhead at the station before they bug out. They roll gunnery 5.
Oof.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, excuse me, 7, because you're on your tail.
Oh.
Got this. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm looking at my aspects is what's happening right now.
You can use the one invoke that's left.
Yeah, you do have a free invoke or suppressive fire on that one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
and
use that.
I would
I'm
be
sitting-
willing
sitting
to
at
toss you a fate point for do as I say, not as I do for my aspect that I have with you.
Because I'm sitting at a 0 right now. I rolled a -2 with a +2 skill.
Okay,
So this would be real painful without some invoke. So I'm gonna take the free invoke. I'm mitigating damage is what's happening now.
Yeah.
Right.
To the free invoke. I will burn a fate point because I've got jittery thrusters.
Yep, that'll sort of take you out of the way all of a sudden.
Yeah, and Catfish will cut in on the comm saying, hell, I don't know, do a barrel roll. And I
It's the
will...
most effective.
I'm going to take a fate point from you.
Yep, I am spending a fate point to give a +2 to her roll.
Okay.
To Zombie's roll.
Which brings me up to 6. Just still not enough to not get hit. But
Well, I
you
mean,
take a hit, but it's only
2 shifts.
2
maybe.
points of damage.
all right, and that drops my shields out. And I get one more gets through.
So give us a roll.
That is 2 critical systems.
Our favorite.
Right.
Oh boy.
Where else would you want to get hit?
All right, so Lucette hears a very loud thump behind her, and probably feel a little static electricity in the air, and there's a warbling alarm off to one side. You probably want to get out of here.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. You got all these all the goblins everywhere.
The damning silence of a fan that used to be working, not working anymore.
Yeah, there's like some lights are flickering now. It looks like a horror movie in her cockpit. It's not good. There's something is steaming for some reason. Like there's like a steam vent that has no purpose in a spaceship.
No dumplings in there.
All right. So everybody, it's end of turn. No, wait, you get to act.
I do get an action still. Geez, I had a thing I was gonna do. Let's see.
Repair.
Swarms?
Yeah, I try to shake this guy, or I could handle the swarm.
You thin out the swarm.
Let's go with thin out the swarm
We got your back.
because I'm good at that. So that's a gunnery check. I'm use that as my step 1. I've got this at a +6
Wow.
because I've got a +4 gunnery with a stunt for a 2 on thin out the swarm. Oh my, that's a 9.
Mythic.
As she just kicks in the thrusters and just takes out her frustration and all these goblins. She's my stunt for the extra bonus is called push all the buttons. As she's just wildly smashing buttons and pulling triggers and just spray and pray into this wall of ships.
All right. So as the Gorgon goes zooming by you, having really wrecked your fighter, some of those goblins that have been running interference for it bang to the side, and they look like they're going to try to finish you off, but you just scythe through at least 2 of them, and half the free invokes for the goblin escort just disappear.
Huzzah.
Nice.
All right.
Other action, because I get a second bit here. I'm going to try to do a tactical refocus.
Okay.
And that is just plus my piloting. And I got the exact same result.
Whoops. All right. everyone drops down 1, except for you. You get to stay at 1. Which actually means that that goblin, or excuse me, that Gorgon is now at 1 with you. Which is good. And then everyone else is at 2. Who wants to go first?
Is the Gorgon on Zombie's tail? Because if so, they don't move.
Oh wait, yeah, they are on his tail. Sorry. So you are now all on the same level as the Gorgon.
And that
everyone's on
has-
2. I'm on 1 still.
Yeah, the
And
Gorgon
that
should
Gorgon
still
still
be on.
has 1 free invoke on it.
Yes, it does. Wait, no, actually, that one it does not. The one that had 2 free invokes exploded.
Okay.
Actually, had 4 free invokes, but who's counting?
Okay, Catfish is going to go on their tail, on Gorgon 2's tail.
I don't think you can.
Or... Oh, right, because I have to slide down to directly above.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Okay, then I guess I'll snapshot them and then probably try to thin out the swarm a bit more.
Okay.
So, snapshot on the Gorgon.
They'll snapshot you as well. They're going to spin one of the invokes. They got a +5.
Okay, so
On their
I'll
gunnery.
roll pilot against that.
No, wait, they got a +7 on their gunnery. They're going to use their invoke for that. And they got a 2 on their pilot.
Okay, I got 6 on my pilot and 6 on my gunnery.
Okay, so your shields take or go down by 2,
Okay, so I still have 1 shield left.
and their shields go down. Their shields go down.
And so since my shields didn't break, do I still take physical stress or no?
Yes, if you took a hit.
Okay. Done and done. And second one is trying to thin out the swarm
Okay.
because I can't shoot at them again the second time, unfortunately.
Yep.
So, gunnery roll. That one is not as good. That's a +1.
Okay. Let's see if this guy can dodge. And he can. How about that? He rolled a 3. But I don't think it's going to save him in the long run. Mai Tai or Hydra, who has the killer instinct here?
Go ahead, my tie.
All right, so I will try to finish it off with a snapshot.
The killer selfie.
Yeah, and I roll a -2, so I have a +1.
Oh, I did the last roll wrong, but it wouldn't have mattered. What did you get? A +1?
I got a +1.
All right, so that's a hit.
Okay. Does that destroy it?
It does not.
I spend a fate point for my overcharged lasers.
It explodes. So you pull the trigger, and you get the twin linked double bursts from your lasers, and it slams into the hull, and you're like, "Come on, come on!" And then all of a sudden, your guns just shoot by themselves one more time, which is a little concerning. But in the meantime,
I mean, I took a lot of system damage, so
yeah.
I'm
Those critical systems, you did a lot of cross-wiring that was not recommended in the book. But all of a sudden, you let off one more double burst, and then all of a sudden that Gorgon explodes.
Nice shooting, Mai Tai.
Thank
Nice.
you.
Wait.
You get to you get pride of place, get to fly in the lead position because nobody wants to be in front of you.
Well, I'm going to spend my step 2 action to repair my ship.
All right, sounds good.
Figure out what that is. Well, like, nope, I don't figure out what made those lasers shoot twice. I got it.
That's just what the ship does now.
Your ship's fire control system thought it would be funny.
It's clearly the ship's spirits coming out from victories, the past victories.
Yes, so that means that you have scored another kill. And
Aw, hell yeah. We're becoming Perseus Squadron, not Tachyon Squadron, killing all the Gorgons. No? Any
Excellent historical.
I dig it.
old Earth mythology?
I mean, I dig it.
Tiki Flight, this is Atlas 2. Tiki Flight, this is Atlas 2. How copy?
Tiki 1.
Yeah.
This is Tiki 1.
We've got a full load of fuel and munitions. If you'll come to Vector 350 Solar, we'll have you topped off and ready to head back to Draconis Station in no time.
Thank you, Atlas 2. We will see you there.
Yes, the cavalry has arrived. And as you look at your sensors, you see that there is a full squadron of Blackfish escorting a Draconis Navy destroyer, which happens to be the only destroyer in the Draconis Navy.
Good.
The Destroyer. It doesn't need a name. It is just the Destroyer. It's good.
It's
Nice.
the ENS Lion. You happen to know that it is not actually built from the keel out as a destroyer. It was originally a cargo ship that has had weapons, armor, and fire control systems, and combat management, and combat sensors grafted onto it.
It's the tanker from Mad Max is what we're looking at here.
Yes, it is a war wagon. But it does the job. It gets the job done. And right in company with it are two C-14 Atlas starfighter tenders, one of which is going to break off and top you off before you are cleared to return to base. As you head back toward Draconis, you, in company with this transport, you see that other fighters are taking off from Asami, including 4 shaky but still space-worthy DF-107 Gators.
Oh, look, it's our friend Toad.
I flash my high beams at them in acknowledgement.
I waggle my wings at him playfully.
Yeah, so Catfish, Toad is going to pull up alongside you and give you the finger.
Catfish is going to give an overly enthusiastic wave and thumbs up.
A very damaged, but still an even more damaged, but flight-capable Blackfish, which you recognize as Magnet's fighter, is going to also climb into formation with you and signal everyone to follow her, and you are going to head home. You all get a message from Magnet. It says, Tiki Flight, welcome to Tachyon Squadron. Let's
I guess
go.
this is when we all give out the cheer all together.
Yeah. Catfish canonically goes, woo!
Yeah.
Pleasure to be aboard, ma'am.
And we will depart the scene with you flying off in formation with your new comrades in arms, hopefully for more victories to come.
As we pass by the camera, you can see Lucette in her cockpit, like hitting her life support system as like the lights flicker. It flicks out, she just kind of pounds it kicks back on again.
Yes, that sweet, sweet sound of the air circulator. You did learn your lesson, or rather, Catfish's lesson. You have several spare O2 bottles in the footwell.
Well, would it be Catfish's lesson? Like, I haven't.
Excuse me, Mai Tai's lesson. Mai Tai's life support system went haywire.
Yes. Like, most of my systems went haywire.
Yeah, to be fair, most of your systems went haywire, but the most concerning one at the time was the life support.
All right.
Yeah, so you guys have survived your first mission. Actually, your first 2 missions.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Huzzah!
As the camera pans over Catfish for the ending credits for this episode, we see that he's getting a head start on decompression by taking a slug out of a let's go with sake bottle, a cooking sake bottle.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so you've survived your first 2 missions, and just as important, survived your first 2 encounters with the maneuver chart.
Yeah.
We lived. We did it.
I just want to go on record as saying that Gold Wings Black Skies does not condone drinking while flying. Nor does it condone drinking cooking wine.
That's the more important one.
Barry is not a necessarily smart person or a role model in any sense of the term. How he even got cooking sake in space way out here is outside of the question.
I mean, I'm not going to ask.
Please don't look in the extra cargo space.
All right.
As an homage for Barry, I just took a slug of actual sake. So
Nice.
Okay. Everybody can hit stop.
I would like to note that I am recording our